look like somebody got a real Christmas present this Christmas coming up. And what I mean by that, we got a lady that done hit the jackpot. She got an NBA player to impregnate her, and now he's got to come up with the money. Anthony Edwards, one of the superstar players for the Minnesota Timberwolves. If you don't know, Google him. But if you watch sports, all my men listeners, you know who Anthony Edwards is. He played alongside Rudy Gobert and alongside Anthony Towns with his sometimes acting like he in town ass. Now anyway, Anthony Edwards addresses a woman's abortion claims. He's breaking his silence after a woman claimed he told her to get an abortion, saying his comments were made in the heat of the moment and do not reflect his beliefs. Now look, he done got caught by the internet and she done posted the text messages. Now he trying to play like he don't mean this shit. Now we know you mean that, brother. Stick to what you said. See, this is what people got to stop doing. You got to stop letting people threaten you with putting whatever y'all talked about on the internet, making you change what you say you stand on. Now, the 22-year-old Minnesota Timberwolves star was put on a blast in a series of social media posts this weekend with a user by the name of Paige Jordae. Yeah, Google her. Look her up on Instagram. She got over 1 million followers. Paige Jordae. I'm going to spell her name out because I want you to go see her. Paige is the first name. Last name Jordae. Now, she's beautiful, just like it's a lot of beautiful women in the world. But this is the problem. When you come from nothing and you can't get women unless you spend a lot of money, you are subject to being a sucker. And what I mean by that is, most of these NBA stars, they only got women because they was playing sports. They didn't get women because of who they was. So every time that they went out on the court and scored 30 points and had a good game, they knew that the bitches was watching. Let's just be 100. They knew that women were watching them and women were getting turned on. But they had it all mixed up. They think that the women was getting turned on for how good they playing on the court. No, nigga, she's getting turned on because of that check. They know that if I get this man to like me and stick his thing inside of me, I'm set for life. And see, that's what a lot of dudes quickly forget. Starting in high school, when you know you're a high school star, you need to realize it then. All the girls are with you because they think you're going to make it, nigga. It ain't because of you. You ain't special to them. You're special in the bankroll department. Okay. Now, Paige Jordan, who has more than 1 million followers, shared a recent text conversation that she laid out. And she told Edwards that she was pregnant. And he wanted to terminate the pregnancy. Now, this ain't the first man to do this. I have had abortions in my younger years. You know, it was something that, had to happen. I mean, I didn't want to kill kids and stuff, but I looked at it like they wasn't here. Now, I could be wrong for that. I'm not perfect. I'm just saying that was my reasons for why I did it in my young days, Now that I'm a little bit older and mature, I still would say, and it probably would be wrong, the age I was in, the time frame, stuff that was going on, things I wanted to do in my life, it wasn't the right time. But anyway, let me get off of him. This is what she said. She said that he offered to give her $100,000 wire transfer. Now, she didn't get the money. That's why this shit came out. See, if she'd have got that money, she wouldn't be talking. And that's what his dumb ass failed to realize. You cannot bluff these women on Instagram. They trying to come up, man. What you think they're on Instagram for? They trying to hit a lick. They trying to catch a man that got a lot of money so they can get financially stable. And I'm not knocking them. Everybody trying to get financially stable. But this is what he failed to realize when she exposed these texts. And this is what one of the first texts said. She texted him and she said, I still have an appointment on the 27th. That's this month. He said, hell no, can't do this. She said, so now what? What a great response. He said, get abortion, laughing out loud. She said, honestly, I had an abortion with my son around 2 years ago, and I regret it every day. This what he say. Man, you can't force a kid in the world. You don't know what it is yet. Then she said, that's not the point. I said I had an abortion 2 years ago and regret it. Yeah, but I don't want a kid. Why did you nut all in her, man? I know you don't want a kid, but you still shouldn't have shot nut inside of her. And she shouldn't have laid down and let you shot nut inside of her either. See, we got to give women accountability on this too. If you know at that point that both of y'all are having unprotected sex and it's feeling good, you know that the chances of you getting pregnant is just as much as his. But she had a plan. She had a plot. His ignorant ass just ain't know that. He just thought, yeah, I'm an NBA star and I can get these hoes. Nigga, please. Nigga, she picked you out. Just like police pick people out in the lineup. Now, she said, you don't care about no one but you. He said, you got the money. What's the hold up? Because now you finna make a problem. She said, finna make a problem? Exactly. I don't give a fuck. I've been nice this whole time. I don't bother you. I don't cause problems. Nothing. Don't speak to me like that. I told you I would because you want me to. So that's that you talking about a life. Just be somewhat understanding. I told you I'll be home soon. Right after she sent that text, he said, okay, just make sure I get the video of the box with the right pills. So he is failing to realize that he needed to stay on this woman's good side. If he was smart, he would have told her, baby, let's get together. Let's do this together, baby. I know this is hard for you to go through, but I'm going through some things in my life right now, and this ain't the right time. See, nigga, you got to be smart. You got to cater to the woman if you're trying to get her to do what you want her to do, nigga. You talking fly, laid up with your girlfriend, knowing that you done bought coochie, knowing that you done been with this lady, and you thought that she just gonna take that? No, it don't go like that out here in this world, you know? Then she wasn't pissed off already. He still almost had her until he said that shit about the pills. And then she said, what other pills would they be, Anthony? He said, just making sure. Then he saying, laughing out loud, he think this shit is fun and game. Then she said, being cool to you is just going to get an abortion by myself, and you ain't got no, and you not doing shit and going about your day. That's being cool to you. Obviously, you've been through this before just by your reaction. He said, I would send you money to help you out. Did you hear this shit? This nigga said, I would send you money to help you out. Look, this lady ain't taking no money. She finna take you to the bank where you gonna be paying child support for 18 years. She don't have to worry about posting nothing on Instagram no more. That's right. She have reached the pinnacle. She have did what she needed to do to get the top of the game.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
No, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
No, what are you
hustling.
doing?
What are you doing?
That's what she
The captain
doing.
of the ship has given orders.
She hustling.
My ship makes me captain.
She said, I didn't ask for it, but okay. You just don't want a baby. Is that why you're saying all this? Because I've been cool with you. He said, I don't want kids. Let's handle this like grown-ups. Then she said, okay, I'm not trying to force you to be a dad to a baby you don't want. I just don't like abortions. That doesn't make me wrong. If you really don't want to do this, then fine, I won't. Then she thought about it. I could get rich off of this black dick. I better not let this motherfucker get out of this shit. I can't just let him go scot-free. Now, the woman also shared a screenshot of a $100,000 wire transfer appearing to be from the former #1 overall pick after providing proof for the procedure. Edwards seemingly owned up to it all on Monday, releasing a statement. He said, I made comments in the heat of the moment. That ain't me, and that are not aligned with what I believe and who I want to be as a man. Stop it. Now, he continued his post on Twitter, which we know is X. I don't even like the way that shit sounds, X. Anyway, all women should be supported and empowered to make their own decisions about their body and what is best for them. I'm handling my personal matters privately and will not be commenting on them in any further this time. Now, this is his 4th season in the NBA, right? He averaging 24 points a game. His play is finna be affected. Watch his scoring drop. I wouldn't be surprised if he end the season with 15 points. And see, what happened is, he has had somebody to tell him, like, look, you finna look real, real bad in the public eye. You have to say something. Act like the police kicking your door in. Act like they're kicking your door in. You got to do something to change this narrative because you looking bad out here, nigga. You ain't just a nigga in the neighborhood. You a nigga on the court. See, I had somebody play with me like that years ago, right? And they tried to tell me it was a bluff to see how would I react. And they wanted to try to trick me. She wasn't even pregnant. She couldn't even get pregnant, right? And she just was telling me that to try to get my reaction. And I reacted opposite from whatever she thought I was going to react. Because she wasn't nobody that I was with. We was just fucking. I'm just going to keep it real. It was a sex thing. Now, it didn't start out like that. It's just once I seen that she wasn't, up to my capabilities, and she wasn't on what I was on, and I wasn't with nobody else, I just was like, well, I just keep fucking her, because other than that, she ain't good for shit else. She ain't trying to build nothing with me. She don't want a future with me. She just playing around. So I just played the game that, some women play on men when they don't really want the man, and they by themselves and they single. Just keep fucking that one man until you meet somebody. I don't feel like I did nothing wrong. And I don't have nothing to prove to the world. I'm just speaking on this because of this brother. This brother is finna have a lot of M's, millions, out of his bank account subtracting for 18 years to come. He better put up some good numbers. And guess what? The more money he make, the more money she take. Yeah, that's how this system is set up. The more money the man make, the more money the woman get. Knowing that a kid do not be needing $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. But you see these funky ass judges grant this money to these women. Come on, it's straight up robbery. Speaking of robbery, we got a lady that's robbing her kids, from happiness, the normal life that a kid should have. Not being stressed, not getting beat, being taught right, not being, just done the wrong way, parenting, just no parental guidance, basically. Now, we got a family YouTuber by the name of Ruby Frank pleads guilty to 4 charges of felony child abuse. Now, formerly behind the popular 8 Passengers family YouTube channel, mother of 6, Ruby Frank and her business partner, Jordae, were charged with 6 counts of felony child abuse each. Damn. 3 months after she was arrested and charged in Utah, she pleaded guilty. This is some strange shit. Now, let's get into the story. The mother of 6 was charged alongside her business partner. Now, in September, Frank's 12-year-old son reportedly climbed out of a window at Hillbrandt's home, appearing emaciated and malnourished. What the fuck? According to Santa Clara Public Safety Department, police were called by a citizen who reported the child had open wounds and duct tape around the extremities and was asking for both food and water. Oh, this bitch need to be slapped. How are you on the internet getting money and you won't even feed your kid? See, this what it is. A lot of drug addicts are going to the internet and they're posing as fake characters, like they're in the movie, fake lives. You look at their facial features, you can see that her jaws is sucked all in. Signs of crystal meth, signs of fentanyl, signs of Percocet 30s. It's just signs of somebody that's gone. And the internet allowed her to make a lot of money. And then you know how they say, the more money you make when you have a drug habit, the more drugs you're going to do. That ain't going to never change. So it doesn't help people. That's why the kids are running around asking for food and water and shit. Now, the condition of the juvenile was so severe that they were seen by Santa Clara EMS and transported to a local area hospital. Police then found Frank's 10-year-old daughter in a similar condition. Wow. Whoa. Now, they were subsequently arrested on August 30th. According to the Associated Press, Frank made her pleas during a court appearance on Monday. For the fourth plea, she added the statement, "With my deepest regret and sorry for my family and my children, guilty." She pleaded not guilty to the final 2 counts. You should have pleaded guilty to everything, motherfucker. If you mistreated your kids, how you gonna not take all the charges? You admitted to 4. The other 2 you did too. Now, as part of her plea agreement, she offered additional details regarding the abuse her youngest 2 children suffered, including trying to convince them that they were possessed and deserve to be punished. Wow. See what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that it's actually kids being raised by parents that are the fucking devil. That's right. And you see a lot of these kids and you wonder why they're doing certain things. Sit down. Question them. Ask them why. It could be a reason. Every kid ain't just bad for no reason. We got a lot of bad motherfuckers, I'm just saying. But every kid not. Sometimes they are in situations where they act out because of what they're around. Now, she said her son was tortured with hours of physical labor without adequate water from May 22 through her arrest, leading to her repeated and serious sunburns that would blister. Wow. He was isolated, denied food, books, and electronics. Now, after an escape attempt in July, Frank said his hands and feet were regularly restrained. This is something else. They were torturing these kids. Torturing them. Now, Frank described laying together. Hold on. Let me start over. She described tying together handcuffs secured to his hands and feet as he lay on his stomach, raised his limbs off the ground, and injuring wrists and ankles. She also admitted to kicking him with boots on, holding his head underwater, all the while telling him these were acts of love. This bitch should get life. This bitch should get life. Now watch they give her a smack on the wrist. This is a crime where a person do not need to be free no more. They clearly have mental health issues. Mental health issues is not a lazy motherfucker that don't want to go to work. This is somebody like this that has kids and are torturing them and got a nerve to be on the internet. Now, the former social media star confessed to similar abuses on her daughter, too, who was forced to work outside, denied food and water, and told her, too, she was evil and possessed. With the punishments necessary. She told her kid that these punishments were necessary and had convinced them and had them really believe in this shit. Now, her case is moving to sentencing, which is set for February the 20th, according to the Associated Press. Frankie agreed to serve time in prison. Sentences will run consecutively. Now, each original count carried with a sentence up to 15 years in prison, as well as a fine to $10,000. Now we talking. She plead guilty to 4. They say up to 15 years. That's 60 right there if they give it a max. If they give it a minimum, she looking at about 10 or 15. Let me tell you something. I guarantee you this lady don't end up doing nothing about 5 to 10 years because she made a deal and told them all the stuff she did. So they're going to give her less time because she admitted to shit when they had all the evidence. You just tune into another motherfucking episode of Legend of Comedy. And it's getting funky all the way up into Christmas. We got all type of shit breaking out all across the world, all across the globe, and we're going to bring it to you. In the NBA, he met a girl on Instagram. When you can meet a girl every day of the week just going out being yourself, what you on the internet for? You shot inside of her. You did what the typical sucker do. Here's a trick. A trick is a man that has to buy poo nanny. That's right. And now he has a baby on the way. And it's here to stay. And millions will be exiting his bank account. Until the next time. Until the next episode. Do something with yourself. Do something with your life. It just might be somebody one day, nickel.